Good morning to everyone presenter. My name is Vijinka from class 9E, DPSFL Bangalore, and today I'll be showing you my AI tab / touchscreen laptop. So as you can see, this is the final product. The external thing is a power bank. So this is a design, the 3D printed case, which I have designed in CAD on Onshape. So this is the first iteration of it. You can see I designed all the ports, holes, and the speaker outlets on Onshape in various parts, and I got it 3D printed. This is actually the final design, but my previous design was this, which I later rejected by myself as it was too complex and not that small. Coming to the hardware part of view, you will have a Raspberry Pi 4B 4GB of RAM inside. Right now it has 30GB of data, SD card, but you can of course keep it to 1TB as well. It has a speaker system at the back, and it has other antennas and other modules for my drones and other UAVs and UGVs. And the screen is a WaveShare touchscreen, which is 1080p by 960. So this is a pretty good screen. It's a 5-point touchscreen. So as you can see, it's running the Raspbian OS. So you can click on the start menu and you can go for various things like the calculator. That's one app. Then you can go for the second app. There are many apps. The file manager is also there. Then we can go for the text editor. And for that, you can simply use the keyboard. The keyboard is up there and you can type anything. Also special characters and then more characters here. We'll close the file manager as well. Now if you want to open the internet, you can go with Chrome or you can go with Firefox. Here you can see it opens up. Then let's go for a normal video on Arduino. You can go for, suppose, a normal video, and
Arduino is an open source electronics platform based on easy to use hardware and software. This course from Ashish will teach you everything you need to know to start creating your own electronics with Arduino. And you don't even have to have any hardware to follow along.
So that was a video on, you can use other stuff as well. And now on the terminal, I've gotten the DIYAI model from Google to run locally on this system. So I'll explain a little bit on how these AI models work. So first, you give your token. So basically a normal prompt on your phone. Let's take for ChatGPT for say. And that gets sent to a server, and that gets into a data center. And that data center processes all your tokens. It gives you a response. That gets sent back to the servers, and that's again sent back to your phone where you see the response. So all this happens very, very fast with high-end GPUs, like even higher end than the RTX 4060 that I have in my PC. And the delay is in milliseconds, like in ping. The lower the ping, the better. However, what I've done is that I've shrunk those big AI models that need thousands or trillions of teraflops to compute all of them into a very small but minimalistic form factor. So one thing is that it's quite fast, and the second thing is that all your data is private. And of course, you can fine tune it for specific needs, like suppose for education or CFD analysis or rocket science, or etc. This is a normal DIYAI model. It's a scientific and computational model developed by Google. So I shrunk it down to around 2 billion parameters so I can run it locally on my 4GB tab. So now you can see it says send a message here. I ran the command. So I'll just say hi first. And then it'll take my hi, and right now I have Wi-Fi. Let me off the Wi-Fi so it'll compute everything by itself. So turn off wireless LAN, and now I have no Wi-Fi inside. So now it's gonna take my my prompt and it's gonna process it and it's gonna give me an answer. So the cons of this is that although you can get it to work much faster, right now if you have like a smaller device, it'll take some time. So as you can see, I asked hi, and it said, hi, how can I assist you today? Is there anything that I can help you with? So now I'll again give a prompt, like suppose, explain, suppose, let's say, velocity. So now it's going to process my input and it's going to say, sure, here's an explanation of velocity. The tokens per second is around 5 to 10 tokens per second. So right now it's telling basically the magnitude and the direction, which is of course a vector quantity. So now it'll keep on going about various points about velocity and etc. So of course, you can of course ask it much more complex questions and it'll give you better answers as well. It's all about prompt engineering. I also asked it about the Schrodinger's cat theory. Basically, when you keep a cat in a box and you keep it with poison, it's in a superposition state of whether it's alive, dead, or in between those points. And it also gave a good example of that. Other AI models that I've been able to run on this device is DeepSeek R1 1.5 billion parameters, although it's a little smaller model. It's still good for chatting. And also Tiny Llama, and I also ran Olama's 3.2 also on this. So overall, I'm satisfied with what I've made with, and of course, I can make it much thinner, like around this much of thickness if I remove all the antennas and other stuff on it. So it's all only powered by the power bank, and you can see that the Wi-Fi is off. I'm not connected with Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. It's completely writing everything by itself. So basically, this is again comes down to AI and computer science, where you quantize it, basically making it into smaller chunks. So you can take all of that data and keep it to only 3.2 GB and run it locally on the RAM. So it's basically taken from the SD card, and of course you can keep ZRAM as well to get more and more RAM from the SD card. But instead of doing it on 256 quantization, you're getting to 8-bit or 4-bit, and if you go even lower, then it's not going to be that great. So this is a 4-bit quantization, which I'm very happy with. Thank you.